welcome to Conscious Living, where being conscious is the key to survival living. I'm your host, Jabari Heru Simba, and on this visual podcast channel, I discuss topics that have direct or indirect impact on the African people and the African community as a whole. Dua. Thank you for subscribing and sharing the content with the intent and goal to be a part of the solution for African people and the world. Now, with that out the way, our awesome guest for today is no other than Zinni Boss. Welcome, Zinni Boss. And this is his second time being on the podcast. He was my first guest, very first guest. That first video, that first podcast got over 6,000 views.
Hey.
I'm talking about over 6,000 views. That's how you push it. You understand? I got an agenda to push, So we got him back again, ladies and gentlemen. We got him back again. So, again, welcome to the Conscious Living Visual Podcast, brother. And as we know, today's show was entitled Say Her Name. But before we get to this very important and sensitive topic, who is Zinni Boss? Because there may be some that don't know you. There may be some that never heard of you. So can you give the viewing people a little info on just who you are?
Man, I'm Zinni Boss, the host of the Broke Ass Podcast. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing our thing about 8 years. I'm also a father, a husband. I'm a retail specialist. I work at Walmart. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a rapper. I'm a songwriter. I'm a producer. I'm an engineer. I'm a lot of things.
That's what's up, man. You forgot to include singer. He do sing a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. He do.
I'm working on a song right now, and my verse, I kind of stole your style a little bit. I'm gonna let you hear it when we finish this. I'm gonna go record it and send it to you. But I'm like, hey, I'm doing that little melodic thing you do at the end of the joint, but it fits so perfect. Like I even do it on purpose.
Oh yeah, that's my niche, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to do something different, but that's what's up, man. I'm glad to be an inspiration, brother. We both been doing this music thing for a long time, and it's another way that we reach out to our people and to help us get stuff off our chest. You know what I mean? Get stuff off our mind. So I'm definitely all for that.
That's what they be like. They be like, man, you too old to be rapping. And I'm like, bro, I don't rap for y'all. I rap for me.
Right. That's what I tell people. I do it for me first, and you just get the honor and privilege of listening to it. That's all it is. Because when I get in my car, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really listen to nobody else but me because I have to be conscious about what I listen to. You know what I mean? But so I want to talk. We're gonna talk about it when we say her name. We're talking about the young lady, the young black lady named Sonya Massey, who had the unfortunate demise. Her life was cut short. This was a while back. It still may be fresh to a lot of you about this information. But I know it's kind of been regurgitated and been spoken upon on different platforms. But one thing that I did not notice and happen to hear is in relation to the mental illness that she was going through in her life. We've been more focused on the black and white issue, and that is an issue, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, mental health is a very important issue among black people and the black community as a whole as well, because we don't really like to talk about that part as much. We want to leave that part out. And a lot of times we put the mental health issue is what puts us in these situations sometimes. I don't know, Zinni, I know you kind of own it like me, man. I don't know if you've seen this video. I don't know exactly how old or how new this video is, but it was caught on the cop's dash cam, and it was a white officer. He stopped a black guy, older black male. He was in a truck. I know that much. And pretty much to make a long story short, he was telling him basically that in that state, when you are speeding over 100 miles per hour, you could get arrested. You can go to jail. So he's telling the guy, I need to arrest you. I need you to, comply. And he was being very, got agitated. He got very defensive. And then it got to the point it became a physical altercation. And now, one thing I do commend the white cop is he didn't pull the gun out on the brother first. I do commend him for that. He pulled the taser out. And so he tased the guy after, several warnings or whatever. And so the black guy, that just infuriated him even more. And he snatched, he snatched the pods or whatever those things are called. He snatches them off of him, and he proceeds to put his hands around the white cop's neck. I mean, he choking the life out of this dude. You know, he brother strong now. He's a strong black dude now. And he's telling him, yes, sir. And he telling him, he said, you done messed up now. You done messed up now. So they end up falling to the ground somehow. And the cop reaches for his gun and fatally shoots the guy in the neck. But he doesn't die right then. He doesn't die right then. Now, the cop didn't shoot him 2, 3, 4, 5 more times. He just shot him that one time, I guess in his mind, self-defense. There was a, you know, those trucks that pick up the money at banks and stuff like that. Brinks. It was a Brinks truck or something like that. So he backs up, he gets out, and he pulls his gun on him too to assist the cop or whatever. So the black guy's still talking. He's like, you done messed up, but you can tell that that his life is coming to an end. You can tell the way he's acting in his body movements. And even with that situation, I believe, this is just what I believe, and this goes in what we're talking about. I truly believe that sometimes when you're in a situation where your life is at stake, if you make the wrong move or do things like that, sometimes I believe it's best to go ahead and comply and then let's fight this fight in a more civilized situation, in a more civilized environment. Because my thing is, I believe if he would have just complied with the man, he would still be here. You know what I mean? But I believe that that's a part of the mental illness that we've inherited from our ancestors, especially whenever a white person tries to, you know, have some kind of control and say, hey, I need you to put your hands up, or I need you to put your hands behind your back so I can arrest you. It automatically enrages something in us, brother. I don't care what nobody say. It automatically enrages something in us.
Okay. As a person that's been doing this podcasting thing a long time, they gonna get you for this one. But I get your point, but that still sounds like an excuse. Like when you say, oh well, he shouldn't have been combative, I agree. I'm one of the compliant. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, man. It ain't because I respect them. Well, some of them I do. I ain't even gonna hold you. I respect the police, the good ones. It's some good cops out there. Of course, there's some pieces of crap out there too, black and white. I've seen it on both sides. It happens. So yes, sir. No, sir. Whatever. We can fight it out in court.
Right.
Once you can't beat them because they always going to be justified. You know what I'm saying? But back to the aggression part, I wouldn't necessarily say it's mental health passed down from our ancestors, but I wouldn't say that. I would say a lot of us have a problem with authority because a lot of us is growing up without no man in the household. So, you know what I'm saying? I think every man needs a man to raise them, or you're just gonna be a boy. So now you have a problem with authority. That don't only happen with the cops. It happen at work. Like I'm a manager, so sometimes you can tell somebody something they doing wrong, and they'll cuss you out. Be like, "Oh, I'm grown. I'm this and I'm that." That's just because you don't like nobody telling you what to do.
Now, when you say as a manager, when you tell people what to do, are these your people that you telling, or is it a different race that you telling and they say, hey, I'm grown?
It's mainly my race.
And your people, right?
So, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So, and I agree with you. And going back now, you said they're going to get me. Hey, they can come for me, baby. You know, I stay ready. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I stay ready so I ain't got to get ready, baby. Because when I'm speaking it's facts, because I know it's something passed down for the simple fact is we kill each other every day. Let's keep it 100. Right now, it's me and you. Okay, I get what you. Okay, go ahead.
Bro, every white people killing people every day, black people killing people every day.
We're not talking about white people.
No, but I hate that. I hate it. You're going to kill what you're around the most. That's a statistic. That's a fact. White people kill white people more than they kill black people. Black people kill black people more than they kill white people. It's a statistic. You're going to be around this. So I just don't like that. But go ahead. My bad.
No, it's okay. Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. But the point of it is that we kill each other every day. And we'll tell somebody, you better not say nothing about what I just did to this boy. You know what I mean? Snitches get stitches. You better not snitch. You better not do nothing. But let a white cop kill us, though. Oh, we marching, we parading, we holding up signs, we rioting. Brother, you got to understand, that's something mental there. My thing is, if someone kills my family or kills a family member, I'm going to have the mindset to go over there and kill your family. See, that mindset is not there whenever a white person kills us, we're a little hesitant to take action. Our mindset goes right to trying to get them to understand us emotionally and mentally. It does not work, brother, is what I'm saying. Our approach has to be different with this. That's why I said earlier when we were talking on stage, we have to learn how to keep black problems in the black community. We have to go back to the way our ancestors done it. We had issues. I'm from the era, if you did something wrong, mostly every black person in that family got a piece of your butt and they whooped you. That's the era I'm from. That's the era I'm from.
And that might be a problem too. And that might be a problem too.
What's that?
That might be a problem too. Discipline, the way we were disciplined. We were disciplined just like we were slaves. You do something wrong, you do something that I don't like or that goes against what I think, then I'm getting a whooping. And then we whoop our kids. So what that teach our kids? If something don't go your way, hit them. It's violence. It teaches violence. It's not just like a passed down thing. And I don't think it's a black and white thing because like you said, we need to keep black problems in the black community. But what if it's a human problem? Everything ain't a black problem. Like, what's the dude name? Mike Rubin or something like that, white guy. He owns some kind of company or whatever. He had the parties that everybody go to every year, but he was on the Breakfast Club. And he said that, how do you say that, joint? He is tired of, he's white now. He is tired of black people hating on each other.
Yeah, interesting how a white person can see that, but we can't see that. That's the point. This is still making my point. So it has to be.
Stop putting us in the whole category, saying that's mental health. I ain't killed nobody. I don't want to kill nobody. Some of the times I thought I would have to shoot somebody. It makes me nervous. It makes me, what's the name? Because I don't want to take another life, period. Definitely not another black life. So it's like when y'all group us together like that, it's like all black people killing black people. And that's why the white people think of us like that, because they judge the few of us. It ain't 100% of us out here killing people. It probably ain't even 25%. It ain't no such that. To me, I ain't with the black on black crime thing. It's a crime. Crime is crime, bro.
Right.
Putting a color on it and we killing each other every day. I ain't kill you just because you was black. I probably killed you because I either want something from you, I'm addicted to drugs, or you did something to me.
Okay. Well, you know, now you have to understand when you said violence, and when I say we, because I feel that what one black person does affects all of us. That's why I say that. It doesn't mean that you had to physically do it. And let's keep it 100. If you thought about killing somebody, you killed that person. If you talk about killing black people in your songs, you killed that person. Sometimes these rappers, these black rappers, sit there and be rapping about killing black people like it's a normal thing now. I'm talking about rappers way up in, should be talking about something differently, still talking about killing each other. And you make it a norm for the younger generation who hears that. So we got to take all this into accountability. We're still creating mental issues, even in the music. When we talk about black on black in music, we still create mental issues. When you got black women sitting there, these video vixens, half naked, you create mental issues for these young black females who think, oh, that's the norm. That's what I got to do to make it in white America. Because let's keep it 100. We're on their platforms. We're not on our platforms. So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to say that there is a foundation to this madness, brother. That's what I'm saying. There's a foundation to this madness.
Bro, they white video vixens, they're Hispanic, they're Puerto Rican. It's not always a black thing, bro.
I'm talking about black people. You keep going to everybody else. Brother, they can talk about them.
I'm not taking on the ignorance of all black people. I'm not taking accountability. Hold on. I'm not taking accountability for all black people. You said what one does affects us all. No, it don't.
Okay. Now, you just said it don't. But yet you just said not too long ago is that when we do something, that's why the white people look at us. You didn't say them. You included yourself, brother. You said that's why the white people look at us like that. Brother, it don't matter what you do or don't do. Zinni, if white folk look at us like that and put us all in that box, in that category, brother, if you ride in a BMW and a cop get behind you, a white cop, the right one, hey, he gonna stop you. You still in that category. Then you got to explain yourself.
Y'all still in the old days. And the reason I said us is because you said that take accountability thing. And we do it to ourselves. It's not them looking at us a certain way. We look at each other a certain way.
So why do we do that? So why do we look at each other a certain way? I can tell you. I can tell you.
We can go right back to the first episode. Jealousy.
Oh, it's deeper than that, though. It's deeper than that.
I agree. It's some mental health, but I'm not going to blame it all on mental health.
Okay, let's look at it like this then, brother. There has to be a foundation for this, right? Let's go back to December 25th, 1712. Do you know what happened in December 25th, 1712?
No,
I'm going to tell you.
I was negative 300 years old.
Well, hey, that's our problem too. We don't read nothing either. But look, I'm going to tell you what happened.
Fun. Go ahead. My bad.
I'm going to tell you what happened in December 25th, 1712. There was a white man by the name of Willie Lynch, okay? He sent the letter to Virginia on how to basically control slaves and how to get them to do what you want, okay?
Oh, I know.
They asked for his expertise on this issue since he was pretty good at it. Now, he used the method to train a slave like you train a horse, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, you have to understand that manipulation, changing your language, making us go against each other, all of this was part of this. Now, if you want to know deep about it, all you got to do, and it's very accessible, is get the Willie Lynch letter. It's very accessible, all this stuff. I'm just getting to
the Willie Lynch story. I just don't know the date. Right. I ain't know that. I thought you was about to say something about Christmas.
Oh, my goodness. No, I don't think nobody's celebrating that day.
Hold up, though. It's crazy, though. Why is that on December 25th?
Exactly. See, that's why I said we got to go back and research, and we'll start to, our eyes will really get the opening about a lot of things, because that's what I'm saying. There is a foundation. And he even said out of his own mouth that unless a phenomenon awakens and puts everything back in order, this motion will never fall off its axis. Will never. And brother, we are still suffering from that syndrome today. That syndrome. We are. We still look at each other as competition. We still look at each other through the eyes of just envy and jealous, like we mentioned in the first episode. We're still looking at each other as an enemy. And I don't understand why. But that is the foundation why. And unless we become those phenomenons that he talked about, that axis will never be arranged to go back to its original and perfect order. We're still out of order.
Yes, but it's not like we lack progression.
No, that's true. We got progression.
And back to the black people don't read things. I might piss you off with this one, but I feel like all that history stuff, like people that want to kick and know all of this history, like, okay, I didn't know the certain date of the Willie Lynch theory, but I know the story, of course. But I was talking to somebody and they brought up a good point, and they was like, you don't think teaching kids about slavery in school just keeps racism going? Because the first time I learned about slavery, it makes you not like white people. So teaching that doesn't do nothing but pass down the racism, because racism, you ain't born racist, you taught racist. So if I'm in second, third grade or fourth grade and they telling me about what the slaves did, molestation, beating, and da-da-da-da-da, and they all was white, and that's what they tell you in our schools, even though that's not the whole entire truth, that's what they tell you in our schools, don't you think that passes down racism?
Well, I look at it, I see your point, but I see a bigger point. I look at it like this. It's already been passed down to us from generation and generations and generations from our ancestors. It's been passed down from my mama to you, her mama to her. So that's kind of old. That's little too late for that. But what I look at it is this. If you're in a situation and someone keeps, every day they see you saying they punch you in your shoulder, you mean to tell me if they remind you every day, I'm going to punch you in your shoulder, you ain't going to start hating that person?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the point that I'm making. That the emotion is there for a reason. And that's why they try to control that emotion in us. They don't want us to do that because we might direct that hate towards them. They understand this, bro. So it's all a mind game. It's a manipulation game. My thing is this. If you don't know about your story, your history, then brother, you're going to continue to walk around with a identity crisis. My thing is, once I learned who I was, where I come from, and who I am, it didn't make me want to hate white people. My thing was this. Now I understand y'all just going to be what you are. My issue is not with the white person, because just like a dog is a dog, you can't make a dog be a rat. Good luck with that one. The white person gonna be the white person. That's embedded in them too. My issue was with my people who has melanin, and that melanin can cause them to change back if they want to. My thing is, if you find out who you are, because first of all, you got to know where you at to get back to who you are. But once you find out where you're at and who you were, it'll make you want to go back to that. That means that I don't have to hold my head down low. I come from an ancestral line of kings and queens. I come from the rich land of Africa. When you learn who you are as a black person, it'll make you keep your head up high. And everywhere you walk, you will demand the attention of everyone because you are that light that everyone wants to be attracted to. So no, I don't think it's going to make you want to kill people, kill white people. No, but that hate will be there. It will.
You missed the key point. I said children. I didn't say grown up. I'm talking about young, impressionable children. When they learn about slavery, you're going to do one or two things. You're going to learn more about it. And I'm not saying that. I'm saying you made it like I said, everybody, that slavery going to make us want to kill everybody. I didn't say that. I said teaching it to our kids, teaching our kids about slavery might make them racist.
Okay, so what does this racist include? What do you mean by that? Define racist.
You have a disdain for white people. You don't feel no white person is good on earth. And
so if I don't feel the white person is good on earth, that means I want to get rid of them.
No white person?
That's what you just said.
I said make them feel. I ain't saying nothing. I said I'm making them feel. Oh, you good. Oh, you good. Boy, good. No, I didn't say that.
I need to read the part where you just said it will make the children have a disdain for. Do you know what the word disdain means? That's a strong hate, bro.
It's a question. I said you don't think that will make them have a disdain for white people.
And I answered that. I answered that. I said no.
It was a question, though. It was a question.
Right. Okay.
I do this too.
I just said, I answered the question. I said no. I don't think it will. I think it'll. Yes, it will make them hate them because you have to understand, bro. When stuff is done to you, I gave the example of somebody just punching your arm every day.
Yeah,
you're gonna have hate.
Only person I got beat by was my mama, though.
What are you no, see now you wait. Oh my gracious! I'm just saying an example
about the slave mentality and beatings and shit.
Well, it's a mentality. Now, the word racist to me that doesn't exist. That's all a mental thing. It's a mental issue. It is an emotional problem. It's an emotional problem.
I can agree with that.
It is an emotional mind. So, he's racist.
Go ahead, my bad.
No, you go ahead.
Because damn it, I lost my point, yo.
Well, until you get it, I'm gonna touch on this then. So, getting back to that, I believe that it will only empower us to be the great ones that we already are. It'll, because you gotta understand, we weren't slaves to start off with, bro. We have a history that dates back thousands and thousands, if not billions of years, where we were the greatest things walking on the earth. Do you understand? You still have white.
You know they own slaves in Africa. You know black people own slaves too. What do you say?
They own slaves. Who owns slaves in Africa?
Black people.
Who? Where at?
In Africa.
Okay, Africa is not just one place. Is it a particular part in Africa or, Ghana, Tanzania? What are we talking about?
Did black people own slaves, yes or no? You the history guy. I'm telling you something I heard. I'm asking you a question. Did black people own slaves or not?
You have to understand, again, I'm trying to get you to understand that we look at now, and because we look at stuff now, we don't really get a full understanding of why it exists. So I'm trying to get you to understand that you have to have a foundation to why we do things today, is what I'm trying to get you to see. So there's a foundation to this, and I'm showing you that the Willie Lynch syndrome is that foundation to why we are like we are today. We never owned each other. We never done that. We never done that is what I'm telling you. This is something that's recent, and I can give you facts and show you thousands of years prior to now where we never done that. Even I know the Jews, and it's no disrespect to any Hebrew Israelites or Jewish people. No disrespect to any of them. And I know in their Bible that they were, so-called slaves from the Egyptians and all these things. But technically and historically, there is no evidence to back that up. And there is historical evidence to show that there were lists of names of Egyptians, so-called, that actually volunteered to help build the pyramids, and they were paid and compensated. They were not slaves. So again, that is something new, brother. Being a slave is something new.
But my thing about history is it was still written by man.
Of course, right? History is written by, well, let's look at history. And I agree with you, but let's look at history. Right now, me and you can write what we're doing. Can me and you write what we're doing right now as history?
Yes.
So how would we be able to make that happen? To say this is history? Me and you would physically have to dictate word for word everything we're doing. Hey, Zinni was doing this at that time.
No, you wouldn't.
So how would we record it?
You could just write a book, and that's history. What are you saying? I could write a book about my life, and I can embellish anything that I want to in that book. Do you agree that you can find? Do you agree that people can find anything to back up any argument that they have?
Some people can.
Yes, they
some
can.
People can. Some people, some people talk about stuff that ain't got no historical backing. Yes.
Yeah, that's fine though. But only the thing about historical backing is written by somebody else. I don't know them. I don't know something from 300 years ago to be true today just because somebody wrote it down and told it to me. And you like they had all the fact checkers. They didn't have no notaries or nothing back then. So who is to say what they was writing was the truth? Did they have somebody to go through and fact check that? I'm pretty sure they did it. It's just like the Bible. They say Eddie Griffin said, everybody believe in the Bible. The Bible won't nothing but Jesus' homeboys telling his story.
Well, you got the New Testament and you got the Old Testament, so you got to put both of them in accountability. But my thing is this, is that we do have evidence. We have evidence, not just talking, but we have evidence to back it up. You get what I'm saying?
So what's the evidence exactly?
The evidence is that you can go to Egypt right now and see the evidence of black people. That's what I'm saying. You can see the evidence of what was written. You can see it there. It's called physical evidence, not just writing something down. But in that Bible, where, you don't see any graves of Moses, you can't find any physical evidence, only literal evidence, if that's considered evidence. But there is no real historical timeline in that Bible. It's just everywhere. And again, I'm not saying I don't love the Bible. I'm not saying that I hate anyone who reads the Bible. I'm just saying that basically is that... Time is of the essence, so timing for me is critical. Living like it's over.